This conference will now be recorded.
Hi, good morning, everyone. So let's get started with the topic which we have left. I think it's config map we have already seen. So let us start with secrets and all. Like what is secret? What are the things we need to follow while creating the secrets in Kubernetes and all? Okay. Let's start. Sure. Let us start. Let us wait. My God. So meanwhile, let us see the theoretical part of secrets which have created a document. Storage, we have already completed what is volume, what are the parameters we need to use in volume and all. So that we have seen. And then we have seen other parts like config map. We have seen like what to create a config map. So config map is used to uh, create an object in order to store the configuration files and give it to the pod or service, or like not service, a pod. Okay, let's say in the container, if you want to pass some particular configuration files, so now it's not required to give scp command or something to create to copy after the creation of the pod. So while creating the pod itself, you need to initialize the container with the configurations which you want to pass. Okay, customized configuration, whatever it is, they want to launch with that particular customized configuration files. So if you want to pass it, you need to use a config map. Okay, so you can pass config map directly, or you can store in volume and you can attach to the pod. So there are multiple ways. So both the parts we have covered in this. So let's see, this is populating a volume with the data from config map. So what is the advantage of using it? Let us say multiple containers in the pod wants to use the same config map. So then what will you do? So then you need to come up with a solution called creating a volume and assigning a config map to it. Okay. So we need to think based on the requirement. So here you can see volumes, name, config volume, and then config map. He has given the name of the config map. Okay, so which will be attached to your one of the container called /etc config directory. Under that, it will have a file called specify special hyphen config. Okay, so that's how it is designed. Hmm. Okay, so now we are coming across secrets. I hope I haven't started with secrets. Secrets are nothing but, let us say you want to hide a sensitive information in Kubernetes while creating the object, like pods, containers, and all. So I want to store a sensitive data. I cannot give as a plain text. Okay. So when person is looking into my YAML file or whatever it is, it should be in encrypted format. Okay. He should not able to see the actual passwords or whatever the sensitive data. Sensitive data can be anything, right? Public keys, your SH keys and all, your tokens, okay, your passwords, username and password. So these are called as sensitive data. So this sensitive data, if you want to give it to your containers, so you directly if you give it, the problem is it is a plain text format. It is not encrypted. Okay. So you need to encrypt and give the data to the actual resources in Kubernetes. So this can be done only in secrets. Okay. So that is what it is explaining to you. Objects are the type secrets are intended to hold sensitive information, such as passwords, tokens, SSH keys, and all. Okay, putting them in the secrets is safer and more flexible. So they are like explaining you what is this like secrets and all. Okay, so let's try to create a secret. Just a second before that. In the last class, we have seen service also, how to create service. Okay, so let's go with secrets. So what kind of encryption it will use in order to create a secrets? That is one question we need to get clarified with it. So every time when you encrypt data, it will use certain algorithms in order to encrypt. Okay. For example, SHA 256, okay, SHA 512, okay, SHA 1024. So like some AES, okay, DES. Okay, so these are the encrypted algorithms which we use in order to convert your plain text into an encrypted format so that your data will not be visible as a normal password. Okay, it will be encrypted. So then while using it, it will decode automatically and it will use it. Okay, so as an engineer, as an administrator, what I'm trying to do with the secrets is nothing but I'm trying to convert my sensitive data into encrypted format. Okay, with the help of secrets. Okay, secrets is one of the objects which we have in Kubernetes, which will take the responsibility of hiding your sensitive information. So once you have created a secret, when you're assigning this particular secret to your pod, okay, pod will decrypt it and it will use it. Okay, so that will take a responsibility. So no need to take from our end. Okay, it will take the responsibility. But the what kind of encryption and decryption it is using? So that is important. So by default, it is using base 64. Okay, so base 64 you can get from the normal operating system itself. I don't know what happened to this. My goodness. Just a second. Just a second, guys. Yeah. Oh. Okay. So the secrets are like sensitive information which will be stored in order to produce it to your objects in Kubernetes. Okay. So here he is trying to do some experiment, like he is trying to store some information like admin username and password in some particular files. And he is trying to create a secret of this by using this particular files. Okay, so let us see. We'll go on from basic to the high end level. Okay. All right. Yeah. So the tomorrow topics will be like daemon set. What is daemon set? Okay. What is daemon set and then ingress. These two topics we need to cover. Okay. Connection refused. Okay. Hmm. After missions are getting started, it is taking some time to synchronize. Okay. So nothing else. So it's not a failure or something else. It is just taking some time in order to sync and detect all the nodes which are present in the Kubernetes cluster. But in real time, we don't restart every day, right? So that's how. Okay, that's done. So we have only two nodes. So that's the reason you can see only two nodes are getting status as ready. Okay, so pods, pods right now. Delete this also. So now let's create some file. Okay. So which will so these are the YAML files which we have oh, from scratch. Okay. So let me create one file. I will add username password over there and we'll see how it will store. Okay. Sensitive hyphen data. Okay. Dot. Let's say some txt. Okay. That is right. Admin. And my password is let's say visual 8123 dollar. Okay, so this is the password which I'm trying to store in this particular file. Okay, so now I need to create a secret using this particular file and see whether this particular data has been encrypted or not. Okay, so we need to use kubectl. Okay, secret. Okay, create. Let's say I'm giving my name itself and from. Okay, so if you don't know like how to use this, just give help. Okay. Sure, I do secret create. Okay. So there are three ways to create a secrets. One is Docker registry, generic in the sense our normal files and all. Okay. TLS. If you want to create a certificate, secrets over TLS certificates, so then we need to use a TLS option. Okay. If you want to create a secrets for your Docker registry, like username, password, we'll have this URL username password, right, for Docker registry. So if you want to hide this particular information, we need to use a parameter called Docker registry. If you are using a normal generic thing like from the files what we have created, so this is the file. I want to protect this particular data. So for that you can go for generic. It is not required to give a flag like Docker registry or TLS. Okay, so it's not required. So let's use it. kubectl create secret generic. Generic definition. You can see there are a lot of options and examples also. Okay, a single secret may package one or more key value pairs. Key value pairs in the sense username, let's say admin, password, your actual password. So these are like key value pairs. Okay, when creating a secret based on the file, the key will default to the base name of the file and the value will be default to the file context. Okay, if the base name is invalid key or if you wish to the case of your own, specify the alternative key. See, if by default if you don't specify the key name, so it will take the file name as a key. Okay, so that is one thing. So if you want your own keys that need to be specified, so you need to define in the file itself. Okay, so that is what they are trying to explain. So here you can see the examples of how they are trying to protect this particular data. Okay, so here you can see that. So let's try to do that from file. Okay, so see, for config map also we are using the same parameter, right? Just here it will be replaced with config map and here it is same from file. Okay, equal to what is the location of the file, sensitive data dot txt. Exactly one name is required. What zero? Oh, sorry guys, forgot to give name. Let's just okay. Now the secret got created. So kubectl get. You can see the secret got created with the type called opaque. Okay, so I'm creating a secrets with opaque type. Okay, so data is one. In the sense, I have only one data, which is created 6 seconds ago. So this secret is already created. It is called as default service account. So we can discuss later, but this is created already. Okay, which is already existing. Okay, So now let's see the details of it. kubectl get secrets hyphen new. Oh, I need to give the secret tag. So secret name is, where is it? Huh? Yeah. You can see, I told you, right? If you don't specify the key, it will take your file name as a key. You can see here. If you want your own key, I will tell you later. I will show you in the second example. Okay. Are you able to see the data? You can see here, it is protected. You cannot see the data. It is fully encrypted. Okay, you don't know what is this exactly. But here we have username and password. Okay, so let's try to give describe. kubectl describe. Okay, secret. What is it? Sudams. So it is telling you like how many bytes of characters it has for this particular key. Okay, but you are not able to see the actual data. So this is how you are protecting your sensitive information. So if you want to decode this, let's copy 64, right? Valid input. What's another directory? Decode data only. But it uses this particular parameter. Um, we'll see later how to decode it. But this is the way in order to decode your data. Okay. So here he is trying to protect your data in the same similar fashion. Okay. So that is how it's created. Others, let's see. I don't know actually. So this is the command which we need to use in order to decode your data. So now you can see echo, I gave this encrypted. So then what is the information I have? Admin. So instead of admin, maybe I gave as sensitive. Let's see the sensitive file. So this is my mistake. Okay. So here instead of N, I gave M only. So admin, and you can see the password, actual password. So this is the methodology they are using, algorithm, tool, whatever you call. So these are the method they are using in order to decrypt your sensitive information. Okay. Base 64 command. Okay. So this will protect your data. Okay. So that is how they have created. So now you have created your secret, but without specifying the key. Okay, key value pair combination. Okay, so that's the reason. So that's the reason you can see the name as your file name itself. So let us try to create, delete the old one, delete. Okay, forget. So that's the reason we need to be careful. So I fortunately, yeah, it's automatically created, so no worries. So now, because since it is running a job, okay. So yeah, so let's create a secret with key value pair. So we'll see what will happen. Okay, admin and password. So what I need to do, I need to separate that particular file. Okay, so that is what I need to do instead of doing like this. Okay, so if I say like this, what will happen? Let's say important important data. Okay, just create. Let's see the information. You can see now. So whatever the parameter has specified, so that is given as a key. So this will be the key, and this is will be the value. Values in this is the data which is present in the file. Okay. So actually it will be in a different method. But if you want to specify your own name, key name, so then we need to give this particular parameter. So like this. Okay. So this is how we create. No, in general. Okay. So this is how we protect our data. Okay. So let's go to the next level. So here also he's trying to explain the same thing. So what he has done, he has written the data into two different files. Okay, let us split this. Okay. So now I split it. So let's try to create a new secret. kubectl create secret. Let's say like visual path. Okay, from file equal to, let us say, username equal to username.txt. Okay, so this is how just we are giving like that. Okay, so in order to understand, equal to, I can pass multiple from files. Okay, for password I'm passing password file. For username I'm passing the username file. Okay, so for both of them I'm creating a new keys. Okay, I don't want to give the file name as a key pair. Okay, create secret variable path from file. Hmm. Unknown flag from file. Open. Create secret visual path. Yes. By default, it should take generic. Again, why it is asking? kubectl get secrets. It's created. So let's give the description or YAML file. Sorry, I need to give only one particular data. Let's say visual path. Visual path. So now we can see the username. So username is encrypted and your password is also encrypted. So how will you decode it? The same command which we have used. Echo and the name pipe grep. Okay. And let's give this particular two values. Okay. Okay. So that is actual username. And this is your actual. Okay. So that is my username and this is my password. So which I am using right now. Okay. So this is how I have created. So you can see the separate key and value pairs. Key value pairs. So this is called your key and this is called your value. Okay. This value are picking up from the configuration file. So some particular file while creating the secret itself. Okay. So that's all. After that, if you delete your files also, it doesn't matter because secrets is already having this information, like what should be the information. No need to worry about the deleting the file. So let's say now I can delete my username .txt file and a password .txt file. Okay. So once it is created. Okay. So how to use this particular secrets in the pod creation? Okay. Pod in the sense deployment, replication set, replication controller, whatever it is. Okay. Daemon set. Okay. Stateful service and stateless service. So this like while creating this particular objects, so how to pass this particular secrets and how to use it. So that is the main concern for ours. So let's try to create one pod. Okay. I will just use this one. I don't want to create some complex. Let's try to use this one, common one. So here we are trying to create a Redis pod. Okay, one particular container, and we are trying to mount our particular secrets to this particular directory. Okay, so what is my secret? So ensure that this name and this name is matching so that this will be mounted. If your names are not matching, it will not mount to this particular volume to your container. Okay, let's say like visual. I'm using this particular state ctl apply -f. So let's wait for the creation. It is under creation process. If you want to watch, it will show you the live information of your pod creation. Whatever it is, you can give. Yeah, now it's running. Okay, you can see now it's running. So let us see the information of it. kubectl get pods hyphen o YAML. Okay. You can see this particular directory has been mounted to your volume, okay, which we have attached. So let's try to see the information. Okay. etc, it is under Guilty. Okay, the username file and the password file has been mentioned here. If you want to see this information, so now it will not be in encrypted format. So that is the one thing you need to remember. Let's see. You can see the actual username and you can see the actual password. Okay, so this is how we need to use it. I hope you understood. So any questions till here? Till now we have seen how to use the secrets in the pod. Okay, in general. Any questions? So this is the pod we have created. We have mounted read only in the sense you cannot modify the data. We should not modify. So that's the reason I gave the permission like only read only. Okay. So he cannot modify. He cannot open the file and modify it. Let's try to do this. You can see I'm trying to delete this particular file and what it is trying to say read only file system. Okay. Cannot remove. Any questions, Harish and Suresh? No? Okay. So now let's see how to use this particular secrets and pass this particular values to your environment variables. Okay, I want to pass this particular value. See, so this example it is telling you like how to use a particular. Let us say whatever the data is present in the secret. Let us say in secret I have mentioned so many data, like you can see the information. Okay, here I mentioned username and password. If I use secret, directly it will use both the data. Like you can see there, it has created a file called username and password. So from this, I want to use only password. So what I need to do? Okay, so then you need to modify. Okay, secret. Open this file, go here, and here we can see the parameter. Okay, so secret name, still here it is common, secret name. So then here we need to specify called items. You can see here items. Okay, in this we are trying to use only a one particular key. So then what we need to say, hyphen key user. What is the key name? It is username. Let us say only username. Okay, so we need to specify the path. If you want to place in a specific path, you can see here file. Instead of, see what it will do, it will create this particular directory under this. Okay, instead of storing directly, it will create it. So then you need to specify path. As of now, it is not required for us. Okay, so I want to store only username in that particular pod. So kubectl replace missing required field path. Oh, hmm. So it is not accepting. The pod, my pod is invalid forbidden. Pod updates may not change fields other than containers, image, spec, seconds, toleration, and existing. Okay, we'll delete. Delete pod, my pod. Okay, let us delete and recreate it. Okay, That is under creation. Let's wait for a few seconds and then we can see. If this is concept is clear, then we can go for how to pass this particular secrets in environment variables. Okay. Sometimes because when it why it is required, because I'm telling you, using secrets as environment variables because I want to protect my data, so that's the reason I've created a secret. But this secret has a password of my MySQL. While installing the MySQL itself, if you specify the environment variable like MySQL underscore root underscore password, it will take that particular password. So I've mentioned my password in the secret. So how to use this particular secret to my environment variables? Okay, so that is an important one. So we'll try to see that. You can see now you have only username, not password. Okay, so this is how we need to create your YAML files based on the requirement. Okay, I'm just copy pasting this to my document. Here's my doc. Just pasting here. So this is the just I will give you a file here itself. This is not required. Deleting of this. So YAML file is important, so that I need to mention. So this is the secret which is mentioned with the particular data. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let us go to the next level, that is environment variable. So here which I mentioned. Okay, so here we need to use this username and password. Same thing, but few changes. Okay, this is the name of your secret. So we need to give that visual path. Here also I need to give visual path. Anything else? Nothing. Get let the containers be initiated, and after that I will show you like how this environment variables can be seen. Okay, Now you can see it is running right now. It is in running state. So how will you see the information? So kubectl, okay, env in the sense environment variables on in that particular pod. Okay, so you can see here secret username and secret password. Okay, so this is how it is created. So this is how we give our environment variables to your creation of the pod. Okay, so this highlighted one is nothing but your username and actual password which we have given. Okay, so this is all about your passing your values. So here what he has done, this is your actual environment variable. We used to give values, just values if you want to do it. Directly we used to write a hard coded values here. But now we are not hard coding our, we are not making it visible to your YAML files, your passwords and all. So you are storing in secrets. So that particular secret you need to use as a reference to pass a value here. So that's the reason we are using value from where secret key reference. So what is the secret name? My secret, and the key name is nothing but username. So that's a problem. If you don't give a proper key name, it will create a problem. So that's a reason every time it is recommended to give a proper keys for your sensitive data, like secrets which we are trying to create. Okay, so this is how we need to verify. Okay, so that is all about your secrets. Okay, so either you can create from YAML file or from CLI. So the secrets and all. So that is how you can protect your data. I hope this is clear. Any questions till now? No? Okay. So we'll wind up for today, and tomorrow we'll be starting with service account, and then we have secrets we have already done. We have service account, we have ingress concept. Okay. So which we need to think of. Okay, after that I will show you how to launch a dashboard, Kubernetes dashboard, day after tomorrow. And from the dashboard we will say like how to create your resource. Okay, like pod, whatever you want. Okay, and tomorrow we'll see what is daemon set we'll cover tomorrow, service account, and then ingress. Three topics. Okay, so tomorrow we'll try to complete those. Thank you guys, have a good day. So tomorrow we'll meet and we'll complete that particular topics with an example scenarios. Okay, thank you, thanks a lot.